the Tamiya 148 scale McDonnell Douglas F15C Eagle. Now, I believe this kit was released many years ago, and as you can see, it's an artist's impression of looks like a squadron of eagles. Maloney's pony. And we all know how good Tamiya kits are. So, is this a good kit? So, if you watch my video, we shall find out.
Welcome to my build of Tamiya's F15C Eagle in 148 scale. I've already started the first few parts. I've cut out all the parts from section 1 and section 2 and glued them together. I'm going to paint the cockpit parts. Just need to get the cockpit bit to go into the fuselage before I can assemble the aircraft. So the interior of the cockpit's got to be light grey, and this part is going to be metallic blue. So I'm going to paint the light grey now, the parts that need to be light grey. That's black, it's supposed to be black, and these here, these are metallic blue. So I need to get on with it. I'm going to use Vallejo colours for the aircraft, USA light grey. And we'll get it sprayed up in a minute. Okay. Okay, all I can let them do now is dry, and then we'll have to mask them off and spray this metallic blue. I've also assembled the intakes, but they should be light ghost grey, so that'll be later. Okay, so we look here. Cockpit, I've glued that in. I've got all the other ancillary stuff in, like, so it's time to join the fuselage halves together. I've already put the glue on it. I've test fitted it before I did all this, before I put it all on. We're going to need some tape to hold things together, by the looks of it. Okay, put this glue on first of all, but I'm going to use extra thin in a minute. Okay, fuselage is all glued together. It's now time to it's come together pretty well, I suppose. There's some gaps that will need filling and some sanding that needs doing. Just started there on that edge there. Yeah, I think probably because it's an old tool, some things were a bit skew with when you glued them together, you know what I mean? But I'm dealing with it, so that isn't, whether that's my fault or not, I don't know, but it needs sorting out. Okay, so Vallejo Putty comes to the rescue. Right, see you, bye. Okay, I've moved on to building the undercarriage up, because put it on grips for painting separately. And Tamiya provide you with the undercarriage, all three undercarriage legs with, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's just a steel, like a wire bar that you fit in there. Then what I did before was put a drop of glue on, put this part in, I put a drop of glue there for no reason, and then we're going to glue this up. It's to give the undercarriage more strength, and I understand why they've done this. I've never had a model where it's had things like this before. I've never built a model with things like this before, but the airplane is huge. The airplane is huge. I can't get it in shot. So it's going to weigh a fair bit when I've got all the stores on and what have you. And this took some work doing the seams. I put black marker on the seams and just sanded it all down until everything is nice and smooth. So I need to continue. I think I've painted all this up and I think it's going to get covered up, but we'll see. When I'm going to put the air brake down. The undercarriage is down. I'm going to put the pallet in, and I might have the canopy pointed up, but I'm not going to put the fins in. I'm going to paint them separate. I've built up the nozzles. They're pretty basic. Anyway, so we shall see how it goes on. If you haven't got these, get some. These are really good for getting up close to the part and just snipping off, and then a quick swipe with a stick. But often there it is. And it's sorted. So I'm going to scrape that seam a bit of a sand. Put it on a crocodile clip. If you haven't got any of these crocodile clips, you can get them at bag of 20 off eBay. Super glue and cocktail stick in. Just get it ready for painting. Okay. Moving on. All the parts cut out from the sprues, as they all want priming. With the missiles, they've super glued the ends to a cocktail stick. so it's easier to do it. And then I've got this block of polystyrene to put them into. Fuel tanks, going to Tamiya holders, ready for paint. So there's that much stuff to paint because this is a big kit. I'm going to do the priming in 2 sessions. Spray all this lot up. Spray up all these parts, clean the brush out, and then spray the aircraft. Okay, I'm not going to show us spraying the primer. What also, because of what I can do, because the missiles all need have all got black stripes, so that's why I'm going to spray them black. I can spray them black, mask off the bits that need to be masked off, and then spray them the main colour.
Okay, sprayed up everything with Vallejo black primer, and what I've done is following Tamiya's instructions, and I've sprayed the engine area gunmetal, and then I've started to spray the light ghost grey. I'm doing some touch-ups along the line, along the way. I've done the underneath. Got to do the top, but this needs to dry. It's still a bit tacky, soft. Done the tanks, everything. Going to mask up the missiles, ready for being painted white, because there's some black. I need to leave black on them, so we'll do that next. Okay. Everything now on this F15 is painted up, and as you can see, I've given it a gloss coat as well. Wheel wells in white. Missiles, sidewinders. The nozzles. The instructions tell you to paint these a mix 50-50 of gunmetal and red, so that's what I did, and I weren't keen on it, but I've put a panel line, a wash in all the petals, dry brushed it with gunmetal. Inside I've dry brushed it with silver, and then giving it like a dry brush of white along the sides of the nozzles. The fuel tanks are done, just waiting. Need to put the rails on and stuff, and then need to get the transfers on, which I'm going to do next with the transfer sheet. Excuse me. And we'll look at giving it a panel line wash, putting it all together, and that'll be it, I think. Okay, all the upper transfers are on. And you need to concentrate with these instructions for the transfers. As what I've done is I started off with the most numerous ones, which is all these tiny little stencils that are everywhere on the wings, whatever. No stencils, but Tamiya only gives you instructions for them on one side of the plane. You've got to put them on the other side as well, and then the other stencils are on this side of the instructions, and you've got to put them on this side as well. So you just got to be careful. That's why I've marked them all off in, highlighted them yellow as I've done them. So the next ones I'm going to do are underneath the airframe.
and then we'll do the side ones. But I want to put Microsol on now. I want them all to bed down. So we'll come back to it. Okay, right, bye. Okay, all the transfers are on now, and I've done a bit of weathering, done panel lines and what have you. It's now time to glue all the undercarriage on, fuel tanks and etc. And then give it a matte coat or a semi-gloss coat. I'll give it a semi-gloss coat, yeah. And we'll call it it. So, I'm going to clean that up. That's a bit dirty. Show it. Okay, and there's the completed model. It's a big thing. So if you've got this in your stash or you're thinking of buying it, just remember it's quite a big model. Even for 1/48 scale. It's as big as, I would say it's as big as a 1/32 scale Second World War plane. Anyway, how's it built? Well, except for maybe the tools are getting worn, but I had a little difficulty joining the top of the fuselage to the bottom of the fuselage where it didn't fit in some places. So I just filled it and sanded them bits down. Other than that, it's gone together really well. There's raised panel lines on the fuel tanks. Whether they're supposed to be raised or not, I don't know. But when you sand down the seams, you get rid of that detail, so I've scribed them. I've done the best I can with it. Well, I think I have anyway. So, oh yeah, after I took the masking off as well, the canopy is cracked there. But it's not that big a thing. I followed all the Tamiya instructions and the painting instructions. The model is painted with Vallejo paints on the hut mostly. The greys are, and where the engines are, that's Tamiya gunmetal, and Tamiya white on the missiles. I need a new jar of that. Anyway, let's set the turntable running. As you can see, it's a big kit. Oh, before I do that, oops, come back. You can take the nose cone off, and the radar is there. Up. What's happened to the nose cone now? Anyway, so there you have it. The F15 first flew in July 1972, and it could achieve speeds of Mach 2.5. How fast that is in miles per hour, I'm not sure. The early versions were an A, and the two-seat was a B version. This is a C version where things were beefed up, could carry more fuels. Undercarriage were beefed up. D version is a two-seater as well. Anyway, so like I say, oh yeah, the transfers went on really well as well, and I hope you like it. So that's the on the engines itself, I followed the Tamiya paint directions, which is red and gunmetal, so I did that, and then I've dry brushed them with gunmetal. Inside I've dry brushed them with silver and then white as well. So anyway, so there you have it. If you've got this far, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And I hope you like the model. So I shall end this video now, saying thanks very much for watching, and this is Stevie D signing off for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't know when that will be though, and so
Bye for now, cheerio, and all the best. Happy modelling.